People like to comment that Genesis forgot about the past during the 80s and onwards, but there is two musical things that Genesis kept thinking back when doing those stuff. One was The Lamb, the entire album. They kept talking about making movie or a concert in 2004 and whatever. But the other thing is Supper's Ready, which is the topic of this video. And well, Supper's Ready, why was it so present? Everyone will think that it's a masterpiece, even Genesis when they listen to it, even though they don't listen to it very often, but it is a masterpiece even today. That's what I'm trying to say. And one will think, well, Genesis never did a Supper's Ready 2, but they almost did. And I'm talking a bit out of my head here, but out of all interviews and stuff that I have known from Genesis, I could get some stuff wrong, but I will say it anyways. They almost did a Supper's Ready when they did Selling England by the Pound. And they almost made another musical box when they did Foxtrot, and they are always trying to not do the same thing again. But the problem is that with Supper's Ready, it seems that they thought that always. So, of course, in Selling England by the Pound, they almost had this medley with The Cinema Show, Ebbing Forest, and Dancing with the Moonlit Night, all together in one package. That would have been a rival to Supper's Ready. And probably people would have thought, no, that's not a Supper's Ready 2. The Supper's Ready is better because it has the flower. That's the thing. They instantly thought, no, this bit has to be its other thing. The Cinema Show was literally just one bit that they expanded. At the end of Cinema Show, they go back into a Dancing with the Moonlit Night motif. Well, you probably already know all of this. And then we finally reached Duke in the 80s. And they mentioned that they wanted to do the Duke suit, but they decided to separate the thing in pieces in order to avoid comparisons with Supper's Ready. So now we're at the 80s, and they were already thinking about Supper's Ready again. And well, the Duke suit is pretty cool actually. They played it live, and well, of course it doesn't compete with Supper's Ready, and that was the intention. It doesn't compete with Supper's Ready. They always try to not compete with Supper's Ready and do a new thing. So then when Abacab arrived, they had another medley called Nami Nanu, Dodo, Lurker, and Submarine, and they decided to just do Dodo, Lurker, and leave Nami Nanu and Submarine again to the side. And even though I don't think these two fit like a Supper's Ready competition at all, I think that they mentioned it again, like, yeah, no, we don't want another medley thing. It seems that they just can't help themselves, you know. And well, when they arrived at Genesis, they truly tried to not look at the past, definitely, and to do new things with the things they learned with their solo career and stuff. So I don't think they ever tried to do another Supper's Ready, or I mean another medley. They just discarded that idea. They could have, though. Domino was part of Invisible Touch. I mean, reverse that. Invisible Touch was part of Domino. And it was different, of course. It was based on the galloping section, on the last Domino. And they could have mixed that with Tonight, Tonight, Tonight. But that's all that I have to say. Supper's Ready 2 could have been on Selling England by the Pound. And they could have made more long medleys in the vein of Supper's Ready, but they always tried to avoid it because they thought about Supper's Ready back again. But Supper's Ready is something that they try to avoid because it's already there and it's already great. Don't try to repeat yourself, or you will make a fool of yourself in a sense. Even though this band did like 20 sequels to Fear the Fifth,